Hey everybody, more parts came in. It's about Christmas time. It's hard to get time in the shop right now, but parts are trickling in. I've got the headers laying around. I've got the entire front end is now here. I've got the AUxbeam parts in. So those things are coming together. I just got to find the time to get them put on the truck and installed. That's basically it. So let's cut to the chase and get to the unboxing of the AUxbeam switch panel. All right, and here you see the box, the AUxbeam switch panel. As you can see, it's a RGB, different colors going on. It's a 12-gang multifunctions, means I can have 12 different options or settings that I can have on my little switch panel right there. You can see it's got 3 lighting modes, on-off memory button, built-in Bluetooth module, wireless remote control, which is really, really neat. If you're up in a tent in the truck, then you can at least turn on the lights without having to leave your tent or any of that kind of stuff. So it's a really cool deal. The box is really nice and it's heavy. You know, at first I thought, what the hell are they sending me? I've just ordered a switch panel. I think it's got a little weight to it. So let's open this thing up and kind of see what comes out of it. All right, here we are. You get some barcodes right there, some QR codes for your app to download because it's Apple. You can control it over the app, and then it'll just open up. So there we go. So this is it. Right here, you basically have the stickers. That's for your all these different options you can kind of put on there and control, do whatever, or customize it, whichever. And then here we are. Here we're in the box. I guess we'll start with this little thing here. That is the remote. This is the little remote that makes it real handy. You leave it up in your roof tent, and then when you're up there, you can turn this thing on anytime. You don't have to go down to the truck or any of that kind of stuff. So that makes it really nice, neat, and handy. What do we have below that? Below this, we have a fuse right here. It's really cool, waterproof. And we just have to install that puppy there. Here you can see the size of that thing as well. So, yep. And then let's get to what do we have in here? Okay, here we have the actual switch panel. This part will be the part that's going to be in the truck. I think I'm going to install this to the left-hand side of my dash. Basically, there's a spot I think it'll fit. I'll have to kind of see what it does with size. You can see it's really thin. But that's the switch panel right here with a nice little plug. Yep, makes it nice and easy to get this hooked up. And then what do we got here? Okay, here's the mounting bracket for the switch panel. It goes in the truck. And then here we got a bunch of hardware, another mounting panel. I have to see which one is that for, if that's for the big box or the switch panel itself. I have to kind of see. Got more plugs and things here to play with. Kind of have to see what this is all about. There's fuses in there. I'm gonna have to read the instruction manual on this puppy right here to see what's going on. Nuts, bolts, and Allen wrenches is always good. Can't ever have enough of them. I guess there's more cable, of course. And then what do you got here? Okay. Oh, this is another protective cover for the switch panel. What does it say over here? Please use this cover in rain and snow, car wash, or surfing at the beach. I guess if you got some sort of convertible or something, or some sort of open top type Jeep or something, you're supposed to slip that over. But my truck, unless I leave the sunroof open, I won't need this. But that's nice and neat to have. Not bad. So what else we got? These seem to be empty right here. Let's get to the main part right here. This is the part that actually goes into the engine bay and then gets installed there. I have to get it out of here real quick somehow. Let me see. All right, the main unit right here. It's quite heavy actually. Open the lid up. Has a little button that you can open it up with. And then this is the harder things. Main power controls, your fuses. This is where your wires let's go. And the whole thing is made out of metal. It says it's waterproof. Nice little neat. You got some spare fuses in here. And basically it. This part goes in the truck, in the engine bay, somewhere in the engine bay. You don't know exactly where yet. Snaps tight. This is it. So here we got the last of the things, the main power wires basically. Got some more. Oh, there's the antenna for the remote, which is kind of neat. I'm gonna have to install it somewhere. Not sure yet where, but somewhere. And then, yeah, some more metal brackets. We got some zip ties right here to keep it nice and tidy, which is nice. Can't ever have enough of these things laying around. And here's the cable. Then this is the cable that goes from the outside engine bay to the inside switch panel to the truck. Yep, and I think I got some. I got another bracket down in there. Let me see if we take this out. So we took the whole thing out, and there's some more insulation brackets. That's I would imagine that's going to the outside for the big unit to get her installed, get that thing installed. There's two of them in here, one flat bracket and the other one angled. So kind of see how this goes after I read the instructions and kind of see how it goes. So yeah, next thing we know, neat, is the date of the install, and I can't tell you when. I just simply don't have the time. I'll probably be able to get this in sometime between now and Christmas. But all the rest of the big things, I just had door just rang a little while ago, and more parts came in. So yeah, I don't know. I'll have to figure out when I'm gonna get this done. It's the last week of kindergarten. Probably got some time now to put some of these things in, and then kind of go from there. Yeah, I've got one more part from AUxbeam in. That's a 5D Pro Series LED light bar. So anyways, this is the 5D Pro Series LED bar, and there's not really much to it or much in it. You have instruction manuals for every bar they sell, basically. It's really easy written. You got your big old cable that installs and hooks up to everything, basically. Yeah, I'll have to see if I have to cut this or not in order to get the switch panel, get it to hook up to the switch panel. I think it's kind of sad to where they don't offer one set of cables if you work with a switch panel. So you have to probably butcher this one. I don't know, I have to kind of check into that. Then you got a little box in here that has all the mounting hardware on it. If you mount it flat on the roof like this, or if you mount it with like a mounting bars or brackets or what have you, all that's basically in here. All your nuts and bolts and brackets are basically in here. That's it right there. And let's take out the LED bar. All right, I'll just freed it from all its wrapping. With two hands, it's easier than one. But anyways, that's a light. It looks pretty well built. It's not bad. There we go. Turn around, we can kind of see the action right here. So you can see you got some flutters and you got some. Yeah, look at these. I mean, they're supposed to bring out the light, huh? Can't wait to see that thing's on. Looks a little small, but I'm going to try it on the roof and see what it does. I mean, if it's the right size, or if I have to go bigger. I think that's a 52-inch right here, but I might have to go bigger on that. We'll see. Hey, welcome to Thor H2 Overlander. I'm trying to install the AUxbeam switch panel. This is it. It's a 12-slot unit, and having difficulties fitting it into my truck. Yeah, it's quite hard. I mean, you guys know I got this Hummer H2, and to put this in the vehicle, that's actually quite difficult. It's not that big, but it's too big for the center console. It is too big to be put into the, but this dang thing, it doesn't really fit anywhere. I thought about fitting it right in here somewhere. It's not fitting. I've thought about doing it this way and that way and whichever. There's absolutely no space for this thing here in the engine bay. So I went to the inside and kind of trying to figure out where to place it without having to have super long wires anywhere. I found a spot in the very rear on the right, way back there, and I thought, okay, space-wise it fits, it'd be a perfect spot. But then I thought, okay, now I gotta run every single wire all the way on throughout the car, all the way to the back. It's not good either, it's gotta be central. So I came up with this idea here. I'm going to mount it right here. It's not going to bug me when it's right there. My legs got plenty of space. It's just gonna sit right here, and that's the only space I have for this to be centrally located. I can't go under the seats. I can't go into the center console. Why? Because this thing's too big. If I would have just had the 6-gang, it'd have been better. Switch panel is up there. I'm gonna have to move that again because I don't like the way it's positioned right now. I've kind of changed my mind on that, but it's a real pain in the butt. So in regards to the wires, you can tell right here I've got this extra fuse that needs to be hooked up. Small wire goes onto the battery terminal then. or now it basically goes from the terminal to the fuse. From the fuse now it goes inside, which is this one right here. And I had to go through here with the cables. I had plenty of space to do this right in here. Here on the other hand, I had to drill a hole, and I'm gonna have to make this a little nicer. I've got to make this cutout a little bit bigger and more square, but for right now this is the way it's gonna work. It's just temporary. Probably in the next 2 weeks I'm gonna cut this out better, and I'm gonna put a rubber piece around here to protect the wires better. Well, from there I went basically down in here, went through there, and yeah, we came out on this side right here. We came out right there with the wires, which goes right into this rubber boot right here, which means it's all staying nice and dry, and it's got plenty of room for the door when it closes. As you can tell, this is open, the wires are not being touched, and when the door closes, you can tell there's a gap that's being produced there, and you got plenty of space. From there I went underneath the dash and came out on this side. This is where I'm going to mount the switch panel now. This is also a nice way to get all the wires through, because you can hide them nice and neat, and there's plenty of space to do this in. So there you go, I installed it. This is it. I think it's a good place for it. The cables can come right out here. I can connect to the unit and be done with it. What's up? Thanks for checking in again. We're going to put in some floodlights today in conjunction with the AUxbeam switch panel thing. It's nice and warm. I'm trying to install some of my big floodlights. I got this front end. It's a curved 52, and I'm waiting for some brackets to come in, and I'm going to do some fog lights up here in the front. And the curved ones I currently have up there with magnets, but I'm waiting for a bracket to come in to go here, and then hopefully the bracket will kind of get this thing in front of the window, but we'll see. So how are we going to run these wires? I'm trying to not to drill any holes in the truck. Just got plenty of it, and I'm trying not to do that. So there used to be an OnStar antenna right here. I took that off, and you can see the hole. I'm hoping it's big enough for a few wires to get through here, but I have to test it. If not, I'll have to open it up. What I'm going to cover it up with is one of these right here. That's what I use on my RV as well. It's for solar cables. It's got a big opening, so I can actually, as you can tell, I can make this hole a hell of a lot bigger in order to put more wires through it, because up here we're going to have 4 corner lights coming up on the roof eventually, and we're going to have 2 light bars going up in here. I've got 4 of these right here, so I could essentially put one on each corner, but I don't want to drill any holes, and this truck has a hole right here, so I can widen this hole and use it as is. I don't have to do much of anything else, and there's space underneath to do it. It's a little pain to get this thing out. You have to work it a bit forceful, and essentially you have to take off the rubber right here and kind of peek through there basically in order to see what you're doing. And then also, if you have a sunroof, you got to take that thing off and kind of look in the inside there. And what comes out of that is really just the OnStar cable. That was this was the part that was outside protruding through the roof, and this is the stuff that was inside. OnStar is no longer needed, so no need for this BS anymore. So out with the old and then in with the new. Well, I cut a hole into it. It's not the prettiest one, but it covers this up. I'm gonna silicone it up right now. I'll put some of the stuff on it to protect the metal, and then that's big enough for all the wires to go through here. Of course, there's gonna be 4 up here, six in total, and everybody has a big amount of wires with fuses. I'll have to fit through here somehow. So this is my solution. All right, I got the upper light bar figured out. Didn't work the way I wanted it to, so I had to kind of play around with it. Let's go up there and check it out. Well, this is the way I did it. I did it with a magnet mount on both sides. Put these little feet up here and have my curved light bar up, which looks good. And it holds. It's quite sturdy, you can't move it. And what I wanted to do is actually take these brackets right here. I couldn't find one for the Hummer. It used to have something here. I used to have something here, as you can tell, there's the holes in it, but I couldn't find anything anymore for the Hummer. So I figured I'll buy these brackets right here for the Chevy and see if they work, but yeah, they don't work. The car is simply too wide. It just these things just look like a dwarf here, so I couldn't make them work at all. And now I want to put a bar in the rear, and I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna go about this, but the front end looks good and it works that way. This is the bar I have for the rear. It's a straight bar, not a curved bar, and I'm trying to figure out how to mount it. I can do it via the magnets again. I got 2 magnets left, but the problem that I have right now is as always, I got some feet here which I could use. The problem is the hole is too small in order to work for these. So it's sort of like, what are you gonna do? It's like a real pain right now. I'm not really quite sure how I'm gonna go about doing this, but I'll probably have to just drill the hole here bigger in order to make these feet work for the rear, and then call that a mount. Anyways, this is what it looks like now. The front, got that one right there, and the rear, but we still gotta hook that one up. Like on the inside still. I'm not buttoned up yet, not quite finished. Still running wire. Still got to hook up the rear, but that's what it looks like. This panel right here, switch panel, that's the one that you can then adjust via app as well. Turn the light out.